Hi, and welcome back to Swahili 21st Century. I am Dr. Chopin, your host and your teacher, and we have finally gotten to the Swahili verb. This is part one. Let's get started. On the screen, you'll see several Swahili verbs. Let's go over them. Penda. Penda means like or love. Soma. Soma means read or study. Sema. Sema means speak. Fahamu means understand. Fahamu. Now, understand is different in the country of Kenya. In Tanzania, they use mostly fahamu, but in Kenya, they use eleza. Next is starehe, be comfortable. Starehe. Next is nunua. Nunua, buy or purchase. Next is lala. Lala, sleep. Next is andika. Andika, write. Next is sahau. Sahau, forget. Next is pika. Pika, cook. And finally, you have sali. Sali, which is pray. Very good if you got all those right. So let's look at some more. We need as many as possible so that you can have several verbs to put sentences together. Let's look at this first one. Uliza. Uliza means ask. Uliza. Jibu. Jibu means answer. Jibu. Chukia. Chukia, hate. Chukia. Ona. Ona, see. Ona. Kumbuka. Kumbuka, remember. Kumbuka. Ka, sit or live. Ka, sit or live. Cheka, laugh. Cheka, laugh. Cheza, dance or play. Cheza, dance or play. Ua, kill. Ua, kill. Very good. Hopefully you got all those sounds down, those pronunciations correct. Now let's look at what is called the monosyllabic verb, the Swahili monosyllabic verb. First of all, you'll want to understand that a monosyllabic verb only has one syllable. However, these verbs, when they stand alone, they have an attachment, ku. And the ku, when the verb stands alone, is in the infinitive form. Now, we'll talk about infinitive later, but for the purposes of this lesson, we're going to go over the verb with the ku attached and without the ku attached. So, the first verb is la, which means eat. La. The infinitive form is kula. Kula. Next you have noa. Noa. Drink. Then you have kunwa. To drink. Kunwa. To drink. Next you have ja. Come. Ja. Come. Kuja. To come. kuja, to come. Fa, die, fa, die. Kufa, to die, kufa, to die. Wa, be, wa, be. Kuwa, to be or to become. Kuwa, to be or to become. Na, have, na, have. Kuwa na, to have. Kuwa na, to have. Pa, give, pa, give. Kupa, to give. Kupa, to give. Cha, fear or dawn. Cha, fear or dawn. Kucha, to fear, to be afraid, or to dawn. Well, that was a lot. Now let's look at the Swahili verb a little bit more closely. A verb in any language is an action word, but in English, the verb is not attached to any other word in the sentence. In Swahili, the verb most of the time needs support in the form of prefixes and suffixes in order to bring a complete thought to the sentence. So let's look at this sentence below first in English. I am reading. I am reading. You have three separate words. But when this same sentence is translated in Swahili, look how it's formed. It's one word. Ninasoma. Ninasoma. I am reading. Ninasoma. Ninasoma. Or you can translate it as I am studying because the verb soma means read or study. One word. So this is how the sentence that has a verb in it is broken down. Let's look at the screen. The Swahili verb usually has a tense marker, which we will call TM, attached to the front of it. Okay, so this verb has attached to the front of it, to the left of the screen. You'll see the illustration at the bottom of the page, SM plus TM plus verb. Look at the word verb. To the left of the verb, you have TM. So the verb has attached to it a tense marker. So that would be present tense, past tense, future tense. It's a special acronym that indicates that is for tense or time. The tense marker then has attached to it a subject marker, which is indicated by SM. And so here you have the verb to the extreme right, then to the left of that, the verb, you have the tense marker, and then to the further left of the tense marker, you have the subject marker. So this is how the verb is constructed. So let's look at each part of look at the subject marker and the tense marker a little bit more closely. There are 6 subject markers to learn in this lesson. They all relate to people, while the others, which will be taught later, relate to inanimate objects. So you have singular and plural subject markers. They come in first, second, and third person. So the singular subject markers are I, you, and he or she. In Swahili, you say those ni for I, u for you, a for she or he. Now the plural also has 3 forms. They are we, you all, and they. and the you all is plural, of course. So the we is to, the you all is and the they is wa. So you say, this is how I always tell my students to say it like this so they can remember. You say the singular and plural in a little jingle. Ni, u, a, tu, wa. Ni, u, a, tu, wa. And that's how you can remember what your 6 subject markers are as they relate to people. Now at the bottom of the screen, you'll see na is the tense marker for the present progressive tense. Na, N-A. Verbs in the present progressive tense will end in ing and will have the linking verbs am, are, or is before them. So then you'll see sentences read something like am sitting, are singing, or is sleeping. And you'll see that in a minute, how they are more written in more detailed. So let's do some practice sentences. Here we go. I am writing a letter. You are buying a car. She is cooking food. We are reading a book. You all are giving money. You all are giving money. They are drinking milk. Now, we need you to note that Swahili does not have articles. So when you get ready to translate these sentences in Swahili, you do not translate the letter A or the article A. You don't translate that because they don't have, Swahili doesn't have articles. So let's see what these sentences, how they're written in Swahili. I am writing a letter. Nina andika barua. Nina andika barua. I am writing a letter. You are buying a car. Una nunua gari. Una nunua gari. You are buying a car. She is cooking food. Anapika chakula. Anapika chakula. She is cooking food. Tunasoma kitabu. Tunasoma kitabu. We are reading a book. We are reading a book. Nakupa pesa. Nakupa pesa. You all are giving money. You all are giving money. Nakupa pesa. They are drinking milk. They are drinking milk. Wanakunwa maziwa. Wanakunwa maziwa. Wanakunwa maziwa. It can be a challenge sometimes, but if you keep practicing, you'll get it. Now you're going to do independent practice sentences. You're going to do these on your own. The first sentence is, I am reading an email. I am reading an email. And remember, don't bother about translating the articles a and an or the. They do not translate in Swahili. So your first sentence to translate on your own is, I am reading an email. Next is, you are studying a lesson. You are studying a lesson. Next is, he is sleeping. He is sleeping. Next is, we are seeing a chair. We are seeing a chair. Next is, you all are eating bread. Bread in Swahili is mkate, and that is a me class noun. So if you wanted to say breads in plural, it would be mikate. You all are eating bread. And then finally, they are forgetting the instructions. They are forgetting the instructions. So get your Swahili notebook out, write down these sentences in English, and then translate them in Swahili. And I'll have the answers for you on the next time we meet. Okay. Now we want to do the present tense negative. And in doing the negative, we undo what we did. So, in Swahili, in order to write a sentence in the present tense negative, you must change the subject marker and you change the A at the end of the verb to an I. But if the verb ends in another vowel, such as E, I, O, or U, you don't change it. And for monosyllabic verbs, you remove the ku, take the ku off. Don't let it stay when it's in the negative tense, when in the present tense negative. Let's look at the negative subject markers below. So, if you wanted to say, I don't do something, then you say si to mean I don't do whatever it is, whatever the verb is. If you want to say you don't do something, you say who, and then the verb, you add the verb to indicate whatever you don't do. If you want to say she or he doesn't do something, you say ha, and then add the verb to indicate whatever he or she doesn't do. If you want to say we don't do something, you say ha tu, and then add the verb to indicate whatever we don't do. If you want to say you all don't do something, you say ham, and then add the verb to indicate whatever it is you all don't do. And then finally, if you want to say they don't do something, you say hawa, and then add the verb to indicate whatever they don't do. Okay, so let's try it. We're going to use the verb penda, which means like or love, and then we're going to use the noun cake, which is keki. All right? So we want to say, I don't like cake. Simply it is sipendi keki, sipendi keki. I don't like cake. I don't like cake. Sipendi keki. I don't like cake. You don't like cake. Hupendi keki. Hupendi keki. You don't like cake. You don't like cake. She or he does not like cake. Hapendi keki. Hapendi keki. She or he does not like cake. We don't like cake. Hatupendi keki. Hatupendi keki. We don't like cake. Hatupendi keki. You all don't like cake. Hampendi keki. You all don't like cake. Hampendi keki. You all don't like cake. They don't like cake. Hawapendi keki. Hawapendi keki. So, there you have it. You have it in the negative. You have undone. So when a sentence is in the present tense or the present progressive tense, it's in the affirmative. If it's in the present tense negative, it is in the negative. You've undone what you have done. Okay. Now, you have more practice sentences. Now, your first set of practice sentences, which you'll do on your own, indicated that you are reading an email. But now you're going to put these sentences in the present tense negative. So now you're not reading an email. The first sentence in independent practice sentence part 1 said, I am reading an email. This independent practice sentence section part 2 says, I am not reading an email. You are studying a lesson, or you are not studying a lesson. He is asleep, or sleeping, excuse me. He is not sleeping. We are seeing a chair. We are not seeing a chair. You all are eating bread. You all are not eating bread. And finally, they are forgetting the instructions. they are not forgetting the instructions. So you're going to write those. It's going to be a total of 12 sentences. The first 6 are going to be in the affirmative, and the next 6 are going to be in the negative. That'll give you practice in writing these sentences. And we're dealing with the present progressive tense. Very good, very good. Well, we want to thank you for watching the video, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like it, we want you to please indicate so and subscribe to the channel, please. If you have any questions, please use the comment section below and I will answer them as soon as possible. And up next, we're going to be doing the Swahili verb part 2. So, I want you to remember that this service, these lessons are sponsored by the Center for Education and Black History, Theater, and Research. We want you to follow us on Facebook, please. And FYI, that food in that picture, those fancy fried pastries, that's called samosas or sambusa. That's an East African dish, and they're very tasty. Inside of them, East Africans will put ground beef. I use ground turkey in mine, so I use the same kind of seasonings they use, but I use ground turkey. And they always have a green vegetable like we do, greens or some green vegetable, green leafy vegetable. But the rice to the right, that is a West African dish. So the first 2 dishes are East African, or actually you can say those greens in the back are Black American, because those are greens, what we eat here in the United States. And the rice is Jollof rice. It's from West Africa. So anyway, as they say in East Africa, we will see you later.